Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our quarterly webinar with the AEC Collection. And today we have Sam McAllister. He will be providing us insight into the AEC Collection. So there are a few things that Sam will be going through today. Just want to get everyone to have a bit more understanding and a bit more value in the AEC collections. There will be topics in regards to the design, automation, software workflow, and there's the new Autodesk Docs that now available as part of the AEC collection. Anytime that you guys have any questions during the webinar, feel free to reach out to us by sending your question in the chat box. And other than that, I'll pass over you to Sam.
Excellent, thanks, Ty. So yeah, this is going to be covering our BIM for architecture and some of the products in the AEC collection. My name is Samuel McAllister. I work for Autodesk. To just give you a bit of an intro to where we're going at Autodesk and who we are, if you only know us as AutoCAD or Revit, we make tools to help people with design challenges every day to help them make anything or build anything. And for the AEC industry, we're working to strengthen on the intersections of processes, collaborators, and technologies. So we're going to be looking at some of the challenges that we see affecting design decisions today. Over the next 30 years, we're going to see a doubling of the urban population. We're going to see potentially 200,000 people migrating to cities every day. And until then, there's going to be a need for 13,000 new non-residential buildings every day. What actually impacts your ability to satisfy this demand? So there's four key items here. It'll be very difficult, if not impossible for the industry to satisfy this need for growth without making investments to improve productivity. The challenge that we're facing today is that our industry is not set up for success in terms of production, collaboration, and efficiency. We're typically operating in a fragmented way with low margins, high risk, and lean investment in emerging technologies. The design and construction industries as a whole could save up to upwards of $1.2 trillion per year by moving to a fully digital process. So we're going to have a quick look at how BIM adoption will help solve these challenges moving forward. So at Autodesk, our expectation is to do more with less resources, but do it better. So why are we focused on this? Well, more, it's inevitable. The global middle class is growing faster than any time in history. 400,000 people join the middle class every day. And with this increasingly urban population comes a demand for almost everything. So housing, cars, smartphones, highways, hospitals, and new repaired infrastructure of every type. Less, it's a reality. The more we make, the fewer resources we have less. Less limited natural resources, less experienced BIM professionals, labor to go around. We also waste a lot. Today, 30% of global waste comes from construction. We have this incredible opportunity to do it better with automation. So for decades, automation has helped us offload a number of tasks and optimize processes. This new relationship that combines human innovation and computer automation is helping people imagine and realize new kinds of design ideas. So the shift to the digital process begins with building information modeling. So BIM, it's an intelligent 3D model-based process that equips architects, engineers, and contracting professionals with the insight and tools to more efficiently plan, design, construct, and then manage the buildings and infrastructure. With BIM, you're going to be able to improve project understanding and decision-making, share and use the same consistent data across the project lifecycle from your desk to the field via the cloud, and respond quickly to change with processes that are smarter and faster. So for years, the benefits of BIM have been well documented. As adoption has grown, thanks to part of government mandates like in the UK from 2016 or private sector owner mandates, firms report even more significant gains. We can see here in the McGraw-Hill Construction Survey responses, there's better understanding of design proposals, fewer errors related to design and construction, more well-reasoned design via simulation and analysis, a beneficial of the impact and project schedule, and greater predictability of construction costing. Connected BIM can also help you address business challenges that you are facing today. You'll be able to win new work. So by meeting the client demands, both in the private and public sector for those BIM deliverables, efficiently and effectively communicating design intent to earn that stakeholder buy-in, you'll be able to deliver high quality designs, you'll be able to improve building performance via analysis tools, and by using the visualization platforms and VR, you can experience the designs well before they're built. You'll be able to work more effectively and efficiently by reducing errors and change orders and improving collaboration with engineers and the contractors. And finally, you'll be able to expand billable services. So by looking at extending that service beyond design into building operations like facilities and maintenance with a live model, you can potentially recast your advisory relationship with clients and deliver long-term value. So Autodesk Revit, it's the foundation of the Autodesk BIM workflows for architects. It supports integrated multidiscipline design. And with Revit, you can make your design changes really easily in a parametric modeling environment. You'll be able to design with intelligent objects. You'll be able to automatically generate your floor plans, elevations, sections, and schedules all automatically and simultaneously. And then you can extend the tools, the building information tools for analysis, visualization, coordination, and collaboration. So we have a unique portfolio of building information technology that supports end-to-end workflows across the building disciplines from the project's conception through to completion. The solution sets work together to provide validation for your most critical design decisions. And with these Autodesk tools, you can begin BIM workflows even at the conceptual stage of the design. Analysis tools are built right into the BIM authoring application, so it's making it easier to do high-performance building design as an integral part of your design process. And our integrated visualization and VR capabilities give you unique insight into what your design will look like in the real world and allow you to experience it well before construction begins. And then finally, with our cloud-based collaboration tools, this puts all the projects at the center of the design team, providing all team members access to the most up-to-date project data whenever they need it. So let's start off with design. So with Autodesk tools, BIM starts at the earliest stages of designs and carries seamlessly through to other stages of development, avoiding the need to have to remodel non-connected data. You can sketch in 3D, collaborate on concepts as a team, analyze the building performance, and iterate on designs fluidly. You can also capture your design ideas whenever and wherever they strike on our mobile application for iPad and Android. So BIM-based conceptual design starts with Autodesk FormIt Pro. FormIt's used to develop early concepts, massing concepts, conduct energy studies, and conduct conceptual design reviews with other teams or clients. Once you're ready to take your design further, you can seamlessly transition your FormIt data into Revit using the cloud. So in this example, we're working with FormIt in the desktop environment. We can bring in a 2D sketch from AutoCAD in order to create a 3D massing modeling using the FormIt geometry toolset. So you can see how simple it is to sketch a podium for a hotel design and then start to work up the tower forms and extrude them into a massing model. Once they're extruded, you can then go and locate it anywhere in the world. So with the project location set, a map appears in the view, and we can adjust the location of the massing to the correct place in space. To further articulate forms, we can then go and add levels that will translate into Revit levels. So here we can use all the levels that are set up. This goes through into Revit, and you can see how simple it is to import the FormIt geometry into Revit and continue to develop that model from the schematic design through to design development. Beyond the desktop, FormIt is ready to go on the iPad. So you can use it on the tablet or the iPad. Here we have an iPad Pro with an Apple Pencil workflow. We can set the location to allow you to gain a better understanding of the site's microclimate, such as annual winds and temperature patterns. This also sets up the stage for shadow, solar, and energy analysis. So if you want to import in a scale stellar image to provide accurate basis for 3D sketching, you can build off that. But you can also import a variety of file formats into FormIt, and that's useful for bringing in site context. When working with the pencil, you can use natural gestures to navigate in the model. The Apple Pencil will allow you to sketch accurately for 3D sketching. You can apply pressure on the pencil, which will lock you into the current axis, so you can use the surrounding geometry as reference. You can use FormIt 360 to quickly generate and evaluate these design options, add custom bitmap materials to help you with your visualizations to show how the building is going to appear. It also has the analysis tools available in the platform to see how the building is going to interact with the site. So here we've got a shadow analysis study. So we're looking at the surrounding contextual buildings, how that building is within that opening of the space. We can also look at the solar analysis tool. And this will allow you to understand best strategies around the shading of the facade and even the potential for solar analysis panel locations. FormIt 360 also connects to Insight 360 to give you a deeper understanding of many of the energy factors. So in the early stage design process, you can do this and make significant changes using Insight 360. And then finally, all of these design decisions made in FormIt can be seamlessly imported into Revit, the industry standard information modeling platform for doing BIM. So with FormIt data, it's seamlessly carried over from conceptual design into design development. It integrates with Revit. You can work in a standard desktop environment for conceptual development driven by architectural sketches, or if you want to do it on the go, you can work with an iPad or an Android. This will give you much better insight into developing the design requirements. So for some of you, you may be doing a certain percentage of your work on renovation or retrofitting projects. So it's now even easier than ever to implement BIM on those renovation or heritage projects, thanks to the increasing accessibility of laser scanning and data preparation tools. You can use BIM on these renovation projects to allow you to design with greater precision, helping avoid issues that may arise when you might have been traditionally working with 2D files that don't truly reflect the as-built conditions. It will also help speed up the design and documentation process and allow you to provide a more accurate model of as-built condition to the project owner for use in operations and maintenance. So Autodesk has created a powerful, easy to use workflow for reality capture in order you to bring in a scan to BIM workflow. We have partnerships with every major hardware vendor, including both the UAV and drone manufacturers and laser scanning manufacturers. We've got a platform called Recap Pro included in the collection that has been designed for use by someone who has no previous experience in using this technology. So it's very user-friendly. And with one-click automated workflows to do powerful tasks like scan registration, which stitches multiple scans together into one point cloud, it has intelligent cleanup services that will automatically remove unwanted noise in the model. For example, like a person who walks through the room while the room is being scanned, it will clean it up. And perhaps most importantly, Recap integrates with all of Autodesk's key AEC design creation tools, including Revit. So here we have a scan to BIM workflow to create elevations, floor plans, and 3D models from scan data directly in Revit. Once the scanning process has been completed, you can define regions and recap. That can all be done to define level heights and elevations in Revit. The same scan data can be used as reference point to create our floor plans. You can even add more detail to your design, such as looking at these customized stairs based on the scan data that was captured. So what we can do after all of the existing buildings that are modeled, you can start to make new additions to your Revit model for retrofit and renovation purposes. So here's a look at Recap and the ease at which you can work with the scan data. So after inputting a file, it's possible to review the input of 3D data and the push and pull extent of the scan. To ensure that you are working with the most critical and relevant data possible, you can prepare for linking in the Revit environment. It's also possible to do spot dimensions of points of interest to get a sense of the scale of the overall building envelope. And then once you save your work in Recap, you can link this data as an RCP file into Revit, or an RCM file into Revit, and insert the link process and use this data as the base of your design development. This example we've got on the screen here, it shows a completed DD model that is based on point cloud data. You can see that the model has been developed for structural accuracy and the materials are being considered. With all of this level of detail, you'll be able to explore and understand the building information model in more detail, and then feel more comfortable with accurate as-built data for model handoff. Now, moving on, let's look at some of the simulation tools and analysis tools that you get inside of the collection. So recognizing the long-term environmental impact of buildings, sustainable design is imperative for many architectural firms. The Autodesk building information tools make it easier than ever to incorporate sustainable design decision-making, even at the earlier stages of design. Our powerful analysis tools use leading simulation engines for whole building analysis, including energy, cooling, heating, daylighting, and solar radiation. The tools also provide a mechanism for architects to work with owners to better monitor the building performance and costs during its operation. So Revit includes direct access to building performance analysis using the Autodesk Insight platform. With a push of the button, you can send the Revit model to the cloud for analysis, and the results are quickly returned in a visual, easy to read format, making it easy to identify opportunities and improve your design. So here, Autodesk Insight is going to help you to discover a fast, intuitive, outcome-driven design to better understand the building energy and environmental performance throughout the building lifecycle. So here in Insight, it enhances Revit, enables you to visualize and interact with the key performance indicators, the benchmarks, and the factors and ranges and specifications for your particular model design. Because it's got a real-time cause and effect feedback, it's going to guide you towards better outcomes. So scanning down here, we're looking at the benchmark that we might need to achieve for how the building energy use index is going to report. But then we dive into some of the tools to review, like the window to wall ratios, the glazing types in those windows. Basically, once you've reviewed this, so for each data point, it's possible to interact with the data and then start to adjust the ranges for, say, the lighting efficiency, or for the daylighting and occupancy controls, for example. All of this can be done, and as you use these simple intuitive sliders, you can start to get real-time feedback on the impact on cost, or heating and cooling, electrical loads, etc. So you can see the analysis update as you toggle through these various data points. So here's how you can potentially use the power of design automation, the power of computing, to rapidly generate multiple design options and find optimal solutions for your design challenges. Many architecture firms have been embracing computational designs for this purpose for a while now. With computational design, you can more rapidly test, iterate, and study numerous design options. And as models are more sophisticated, you can also start to use design logic, data logic, and analysis tools to optimize them. This helps save time by automating repetitive tasks. So Autodesk Dynamo, it helps architecture firms gain the benefits of computational design all through a visual logic environment. You don't need to get into any programming. No programming is required. You can work with Dynamo within the Revit environment, or you can untether it from Revit using the Dynamo Studio package. Dynamo's broad interoperability with other tools, like it works with Grasshopper and Rhino, with other tools, it will allow for maximum flexibility in implementing Dynamo into your building information modeling workflow. So beyond geometric iteration, Dynamo is also incredibly useful for automating repetitive tasks that consume countless hours during design process. So in this example, we're looking at views to sheets. So we have like 39 views in the project browser for the levels from 1 to 40. And the task at hand is to create sheets for these views and then place them in the sheets. So the task that may typically take a team member 30 minutes to an hour may now be completed in 5 minutes with a click of the button using a reusable Dynamo script. So bringing this in from a spreadsheet, so we're driving the sheet names and the data from that Excel spreadsheet and using some clever filtering in a list to specify the views to take place on the sheets. As we run the script using the manual run process, the Excel sheet opens up and it references and while it references the Revit and Dynamo to work together in the background to complete the task. So this basically gives you enough time to walk away and get a coffee, and the run is completing in the background a few minutes later. Here's another look on how Dynamo can be used to create a more complex project, like it's iterating on more complex geometry. So in this stadium project, we're seeing the flexing of an arc radius parameter with a number slider to drive the big picture design in an iterative geometry study. So using number sliders, it's also possible to change the number of risers in the stadium and allow this parameter to drive the overall height of a stadium form. Trusses are added to the design through Dynamo in an iterative process. And you can even review the details of the truss data in a generic model, scheduling in Revit. So multiple options are studied in the panel system, and it's even added to the underlying structural study. Design validation is integrated into the Dynamo graph, and it's possible to run a solar orientation analysis that appears as the color gradient that you're seeing on the screen on the surface of the panel system. So with Dynamo, the great thing is that the changes and updates to projects become exponentially easier and more time efficient. You can rapidly take a design idea and then create multiple iterations or design alternatives, rather than having to expend unnecessary time and effort to manually do it, saving on the changes. So next up, we'll look at the tools that enable us to communicate our designs visually. So basically, you've got tools like 3ds Max and Unity that connect to Revit that allow you to produce photorealistic representations of your projects. 3ds Max is a comprehensive 3D modeling, animation, and rendering solution that delivers a powerful lighting simulation. It has analysis technology in it and advanced rendering capabilities that are faster and more integrated into the workflow. These advanced tools in 3ds Max will provide you with a built-in rendering application to create the highest quality photorealistic visualization. This will provide you with a premium experience for your clients to envision their future investment. Architects, designers, and visualization specialists, they can fully explore, validate, and communicate their creative ideas, working in the conceptual model space to cinema quality visualizations. The Revit architecture models can be quickly and accurately imported or even linked into 3ds Max, and this will bring across geometry, lights, materials, and camera as part of the FBX environment. And this will allow you further to work with artistic controls and then translate those technical building information models into visual stories. You can also fine-tune the data, like for interiors, you need to do those extra touches to make your interior scenes pop. You can use these tools to make these more photorealistic with all the contextual items that you might need for an interior. We've also partnered with Unity. So we have out of the box, there's Unity Reflect, but there's also Unity that connects with 3ds Max. Basically, it's a gaming design platform that allows you to create immersive and real-time interactive experiences for virtual reality, augmented reality, and it works across a number of different devices. Unity Reflect enables you to do a live link to your BIM data, allowing both for technical architects and visualization specialists to collaborate in sync. Finally, we're going to take a look at some of the tools that we use to do coordination and then collaboration across the teams. So BIM allows you to better coordinate your designs with the extended project using tools like Autodesk Navisworks Manage. Navisworks Manage allows you to combine the design and construction files from various formats into a holistic model for project review, helping you to resolve clashes and errors well before construction begins. Navisworks will read native Revit RVT files, so you can move between the applications very quickly and fluidly. You can use Navisworks to combine Revit files across the project and incorporate files from many other common file formats. Once your files are in Navisworks, you have several features for working with this data. Now, the most commonly known feature of Navisworks is the clash detection and model coordination feature. This feature, you can anticipate and reduce potential clash and interference project problems before construction, minimizing expensive delays and rework when it's on site. You can also use Navisworks for model simulation animation. It has a tool that allows you to do animation of certain parts of the building and then start to simulate what's happening with the program logistics in a virtual world. We're going to take a quick deep dive at maybe a lesser known tool, which is the Navisworks Qualification toolset. and just make sure it's on mute. Here we go. So the estimating process with QSs and estimators, they typically rely on 2D documentation and the manual counting of project elements and components, which potentially can be error-prone and very time-consuming. So by leveraging a model-based workflow for quantification, you can reduce the time it takes to generate the project quantities and enable workflows adding valuable construction information to the project elements during the process. Here we can see how the Autodesk solution is providing several ways to gain access to the quantity information early in the planning process. So by leveraging the tools directly from Revit and Navisworks, you can get a high understanding of the project quantities. The schedules or tables of data built from the 3D model created from the designer can be used by adding counts and totals. Or a custom table can be generated on the fly to give you feedback on the quantities of the model, on the model information immediately. Here we're working with the item and resource catalog information to classify the model elements further. So we're doing it more than what you can typically do in Revit. With the catalogs available, it's possible to quantify the model using intuitive tools in Navisworks. This quantification workbook, it becomes the central location to manage the quantities within the model. Simply select an appropriate item within the catalog for quantification, then either drag and drop the elements from the model to the appropriate items, or right-click on any model item and select the catalog for the item to use. Or you can use the toolbar to quantify the elements on the fly. Once the elements from the model are quantified, their display in the model is updated with the color and transparency setting from the catalog. This year, we've included Autodesk Docs in the collection. So cloud-based collaboration tools are going to be enabling design teams to work in new ways on building information modeling projects. By having this tool, you can centralize the project data in the cloud, and AEC firms can accelerate design delivery by enabling teams in multiple offices, even on different continents, to concurrently work on shared models if you're moving to the BIM 360 design platform where you can do sync to centrals. In addition, this technology makes it easier for architecture firms to work fluidly on joint venture and IPD projects. So the solution for cloud-based design collaboration is now Autodesk Docs used at a high level. So this encompasses several cloud collaboration toolsets. So we have project delivery. So this is enabling multidiscipline design and connecting all different stakeholders on the project. It's centralizing the collaboration tools on a single platform. So you have building design and operations. These things have all been brought together in a single common data environment that will support the design, build, and operate space. So Autodesk Docs, it's our cloud-based AEC project delivery platform. This next generation platform is going to remove the need for a single point application, and it unifies your project data. The unified Autodesk Docs aggregates the data and provides transparency to the project stakeholders, making everyone more accountable and improving the visibility on the project in real time. So Autodesk Docs, it provides controlled data and also document management for all project information, right from the earliest stages of design through to construction. Docs delivers a complete connected solution to manage 2D plans, 3D models, and other project documents. Docs also, it's a web service that ensures that the entire project team is building from the correct version of the documents, the plans, and the model data. Key benefits of this platform is it's always going to be on time. The information is publishing faster, and it's organized locally with bulk upload, set creation, and automatic separation of sheets from design files. It's always accurate. You can organize the documents into sets and quickly review which documents have changed from the one revision to the next. And you're always in control. You can access control with 5 different permission levels. It keeps the right information in the right hands throughout the project. So ultimately, this is going to save your business time, reduce risk, and then mitigate those crucial errors that sometimes happen on construction projects. With tools like Insight, you have key things like data-driven features. So Docs aggregates the project data across the entire life cycle to give you a clear picture in the project of its performance, allowing you to make quicker, more informed business decisions and predict issues before they become costly holdups. There's prediction and analytics capabilities. So the Insight module, it will present data and analytics capabilities in a unified project homepage, and it has this dashboarding and reporting splash screen. And also you can integrate partner or third-party partner data and then customize that screen as you need for your business. So these features help teams manage risk, giving them personalized visibility into daily priorities, an instant snapshot of individual project health, as well as insights into company-wide performance. So we've seen a number of Autodesk BIM tools and some of the workflows today, which are all part of our broader portfolio for architecture. There's a great amount of breadth and depth of BIM solutions, and these tools are designed to work together like fluidly, so they give you a seamless and connected workflow. So along with the tools that you've seen inside the collection today, it's good always to be on subscription. You're going to get greater value with these wide range of essential software and services. It's providing value at a very competitive price point. You're going to have flexibility and choice, both with a single user and multi-user access and multiple teams, multiple term lengths to fit your business needs. And with that one collection, it's going to provide a lot of simplicity. So you've got all these AEC industry leading tools to provide you with the technology that you need, all connected together. With subscription, you can easily scale up or scale down licenses according to your business needs. And the subscription terms are available on monthly, quarterly, annual, or multi-year options up to three years. And you get access to product support, and you get the rights to use prior versions of your software up to 3 or even, I think it's 4 releases back. So with that, I'm going to open up to Q&A. Thank you so much for giving up your time to join this webinar, and it is being recorded by the AST team.
Yep.
Back to you, Ty, for Q&A.
Thank you, Sam. So if anyone have any question, please unmute your microphone, or you can also enter your questions in the chat as well. While we're waiting for someone to ask a question, great presentation there, Sam. Is really giving us the updates on the new technology and what's available in the AEC collections. And there are products out there. You know, we wanted to encourage customers to make sure you're not just using a single product in the AEC collection. There are many great products available. And if you're already on collection, check out what other software available in there, and you can contact us. We can sit down with you and go through the products. Or if you're on a single like Autodesk Revit or AutoCAD, there is also option to move from a single product to a collection as well. As you can see, there's a few great products: FormIt, Recap, Insight, Dynamo. All those products you probably don't see too often, but there are workflow that we can sit down with you and see how we can put together a whole range of products together, and that you are still using the same ecosystem, so that when you move from one product to another, you're not switching software, and there's no export, import, that kind of stuff as well. As you can see, the Autodesk Docs is now part of the the collections, and it's the products delivery platform that you can utilize as part of your subscription. Yeah, so if you do have any question, please feel free to unmute yourself or enter in the chat. Otherwise, please contact us and we will be able to assist you further as well.